Greetings fellow traders, this is Max and welcome to my Sunday market analysis where I'm gonna analyze the market and share with you my top trades for the upcoming week. And for this week I have a couple pairs chosen that I would like to analyze now, and I want to start right away with GBP NZD actually in this case, because I am actually still holding a trade in this pair. And it's running quite well so far. If I look at the weekly chart here on GBP NZD, we can see that the recent weekly candlestick closed really bullish and just, shows that there's enough buying pressure and buying momentum in this pair that the price might even go higher for this trade. So the daily candlestick didn't really close as I would have liked to see it closing, but that's not that much of an issue because price might actually still climb to the upside. The candlestick itself is not just a pure identifier for the overall trend and the price direction. So all in confluence, it just looks still really bullish. It kind of formed a head and shoulders pattern here, which is a reversal pattern most of the times, or a continuation pattern, depending on the context, of course. And what we see here is that it kind of failed to break the neckline and actually reverse, but price just bounced up higher, and I want to see it now breaking this resistance level here, and then the profit target would probably be somewhere around in this area up here. So that's just a quick trade update for the pair GBP NZD, which is still one of my top running trades. Now I am going to continue with Euro GBP. So on the weekly chart, we see here that we had the last couple of weeks a quite a big correction actually in the price here. We are now entering the 0.84 round psychological level here, and we haven't really broken it yet. We see that we crossed the 50 EMA, which might indicate that there is actually still enough selling pressure. The price might head lower. However, if I inverse the scale here, or invert the scale, then we see this weekly head and shoulders pattern here. So this could be one of the necklines actually, and it's now pretty much retesting this neckline here. So I'm expecting for price to actually reverse now. That might actually happen in the next 2 weeks, because I could imagine that there's going to be some sort of neutral week, and then price is having a correction to the upside. We see a couple neutral daily candles here, which just indicates that there's not as much selling pressure anymore as we've had before with those big red candlesticks. So I could imagine that the price is about to reverse, but it's still going to probably take a couple days or maybe even a week for this to happen. But I'm going to have my eyes on this here for a long position on Euro GBP. The next pair I have picked is Euro USD. So I have analyzed in the recent Sunday market analysis that I am looking for long opportunities here, and we've actually had a retest of this recent resistance area, which might now turn into support actually. And what we even had is some sort of liquidity grab here in this stop zone. So now we closed the weekly candle actually relatively neutral, or just kind of almost like a doji candle. And on the daily we see a couple neutral days here, and just this gigantic almost engulfing bullish candlestick here on the daily. So my plan to enter now, if we go on the lower time frame, we see some sort of inverse head and shoulders pattern here with the neckline being actually this trend line here. So I want to see, in order for me to have a good entry, I want to see price just push up here, have a retracement, and then enter on that retracement for a long position on Euro USD, which has a lot of profit potential for me, and I would hold this for quite a good time, probably up somewhere up to this area here, the 1.175 round psychological level or something like that. And this could be a nice swing trade for actually a couple of weeks to hold and profit off of the bullish movement on Euro USD. So I'll have my eyes on it for this week. The entry might actually occur quite early. Next pair is GBP CAD. So in the weekly chart, we see that we are making new highs still. We haven't really seen any bullish move. We had a retest here. So that would have been a really nice entry actually. And what I would like to see now here in the price is, if we just go on the daily chart, we see that there's some sort of resistance building up on the on the daily chart. And I just want to see price breaking this resistance, retesting the zone, and then I would enter a long position here on GBP CAD for maybe 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. And this is actually my plan to just profit off of that upwards momentum. And just a great example of why a head and shoulders pattern or an inverse head and shoulders pattern can be designed of a continuation pattern. If we look here, we see that we are still in a really nice uptrend, and what's forming here is actually looking like a shoulder, head, and another shoulder, but this thing is inversed. So the inverse head and shoulders essentially being a continuation pattern then, because inverse means bullish. So, and since the price is bullish and we see this inverse head and shoulders pattern here, even better on the inverted scale, this is pretty much, if you want to look at it on the inverted scale, it kind of looks like just an head and shoulders short trade, so break and a retest, or in this bullish context, it's just going to be a continuation trade. So this is why GBP CAD is one of my top trades here for this week. The next pair is going to be GBP CHF. So in the weekly chart, we have created the low here, and now we are retracing after this gigantic move. So what I want to see is just some price weakness here actually. It doesn't indicate much weakness yet, so I have to be patient and have to wait. What I would be interested in is some sort of lower high here with maybe a rejection of the 50 EMA, and then I would enter on a potential head and shoulders pattern here, so pretty much on the right shoulder, and just profit off of the potential downtrend to the downside, to the downtrend that might unfold then as soon as price is showing weakness, but it's still going to take some time, and I could even imagine it's just going to take a whole another week, but I will have my eyes on this pair for sure for this week. We've talked about GBP NZD already, so I will jump to NZD USD now. So on the weekly chart, we are seeing that we have broken this area, and the recent 3 weeks were kind of some bearish weeks, but not really strong or as strong as, for example, this week here. So my plan is to actually now profit off of that kind of slow price movement here, and on the lower time frame, say 4 hour here, we see that we haven't created a new low. So this actually, we even had a shift of structure here, so this could indicate a price reversal now. My plan is to wait for some more confluence that the price is actually going to return now. That could be an engulfing candlestick or some sort of morning star, like this pattern here. And then I am interested in long positions here on NZD USD to then hold, probably first profit target being this area here, the 0605 round psychological level. So this is my long trading plan on NZD USD, but it's still going to take some time, and I want to see how price is moving. Just kind of patiently, we have kind of this morning star here, but that was on Friday, so I want to wait for London session to start to then make a decision on how and whether I want to enter this trade. So the last pair for this week's Sunday market analysis is going to be USD CAD. So the price has actually, as I kind of expected it, the price has had actually a really strong bullish push here off of this area. So I am still interested in taking a long position here, but I will be patient and just wait for price to actually come back down into this area here. Give me a neutral day, or maybe 2 neutral days or something like that. Show me that the downwards momentum is slowing down again, and then I want to join on this upwards trend here on USD CAD on a lower time frame with a nice precise entry. So preferably in this area here, and I just hope it's going to come down to this area again to then open a long position. If not, then it's also fine. You can't just you can't take any trade with you, so that would be one that I have to skip then, but I will be patient and just wait for my alarm getting triggered here and then make a decision. So that's already it for the week. Actually, I have of course analyzed the other pairs as well. I've set alarms there. If one of those alarms is getting triggered, I will look at the pair and then plan a potential trade entry. Some pairs just need some more time for a certain pattern or a certain price direction development, but I will inform you and notify you whenever I'm looking at a new potential trade in my free Telegram channel, which you can join at any time. I will put the link to it into the video description. You will also find a link to my other socials there. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below and I will try to answer your questions. Thank you for watching. I wish you a successful trading week. Remember to manage your risk properly and see you next Sunday.